All right, our next item is from the good folks at Bell & Howell, a name that we all know and trust. This is a problem solver. Problem, bugs, solution, ultrasonic pest repellers. This is an 8-pack. This is one of my all-time favorite products here at HSN. I've chosen this as my host pick a few times. Here's what you do. You take one of these guys and you plug it in the back. I think these are all glued here, so I can't turn them around, but they're little plugs. You just, I'm gonna do this so you can see. Yeah, so you just plug them into the wall and it emits this kind of energy noise that only bugs hear. By the way, it doesn't bother pets, dogs, cats, toddlers, husbands, doesn't bother anybody. But you know what it does bother? Pests. When I talk about pests, I mean spiders, cockroaches, ants, a whole bunch of things. We're gonna actually give you a list of what it repels. By the way, don't forget to use it in the garage too. Mice, rats, ants, roaches, spiders. I love this item, and the reason why I chose it as a host pick is because I had an issue in my kitchen. I had those ants. They were kind of like, we call them sugar ants, and they are attracted to water, and there was just a line of them marching. And I don't like having poison in my house. I think that's awful, but you know, honestly, the bugs were worse. I put the poison down, and they just kind of like walked around it, and they went away for like a day or two. They came back, and I was like, what am I gonna do? It was gross. I got these, plugged them in. Now, I'm not gonna say it worked in 15 minutes, but as a couple days went by, a couple more days, they left and never came back. So I never had to put down any poison. I didn't have to tell everybody in the kitchen, all right, nobody go near that, nobody go near that. It repels them. I have them in my bathrooms. I have them in the kitchen. I've got them in the garage. I've got them in the living room. Now, this is an 8-pack. So this is a lot. Now, the only people that I'm gonna tell you to get more than one set of these is if you've got a 2-story, huge, 3,000 square foot house, then you should get a couple sets. But most of us, an 8-pack is gonna be plenty for the whole house. One in the, you know, maybe you have 2 bathrooms, one in each bathroom, definitely one in the kitchen, one in the living room, and definitely one in the garage. Don't forget the one in the garage where you have your pet food and your water dish out for your dog. Definitely have one near there because that, you know, as you know, the bugs are sometimes attracted to water, food, obviously. And then maybe, you know, in your office or, you know, guest bedroom, your bedroom, we're giving you an 8-pack. This is a great deal. And I also like that there's no ongoing fee. You're not paying some stranger to come in and, you know, squirt poison all over the inside of your home. And by the way, even pest control people, companies are less and less putting poison inside people's homes because most people say no to that and don't want to do it. They usually do it on the periphery of the house, outside of the house. Now, if you're somebody that likes to have bugs in your homes, this may not be the product for you. This is only for those people who do not want to see those cockroaches, those mice, those rats, those spiders, those ants crawling around your house. And I know I mark myself among those people. I'm really excited to have it at a great price. This visit only, $36.95. $36.95 is this visit only. We are also doing flex payment, and it's 2 flex payments, $18.48. So if you're wondering if it works, 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm gonna tell you my personal, don't plug it in and say it's gonna work in 10 seconds. It doesn't work in 10 seconds. It takes a day or two. And you're gonna notice that they're kind of confused for a minute. And they're looking around like, why do I hate this house all of a sudden? How do I get out of here? And they basically start looking for a way out, and they're good at finding ways out, just like they're good at finding ways in. And in a couple of days and in a week, you're just not gonna see anything anymore. You're really not. It's really pretty cool. I would say in my house, in the years since then, I've seen maybe 1 bug in 3 years since I started using these. And by the way, it's one-time fee. You get these $36.95. You're not paying a monthly fee to your extermination service. You can just say goodbye to them. I mean, maybe you want to, you know, I'm not saying, you know, you can pay for somebody to make sure your house is termited or whatever, things like that. But this takes care of the rats, the mice, the cockroaches, the ants, and the spiders. the mice, the rats, the ants, the cockroaches, and the spiders. And it takes care of them from localized areas, which is inside your home. Now, I really encourage you not to forget about the garage, or if you have one of those Florida rooms, or it's kind of like half indoor, half outdoor, where maybe you built out and you've got it all screened in. You can plug one of those there too, as well, just to kind of keep the bugs from like saying, well, we'll go out here. This looks fine. I'm going to enjoy this little area right here. Put one out there too. You know why? You're getting 8 of them. I usually say, we usually do a lot smaller configuration, and I encourage people to get 2 sets, but most people aren't gonna need 2 sets. You're getting 8 of them in this set. Full presentation, when is it gonna be, Kyle, a full presentation? Noon. Okay, full presentation at noon, but you can get yours now. We just got these back in stock, and you're gonna love them. You're gonna love them. I've not only gotten them from